Several years ago, I asked my graphic artist to create an image of the average team, and this is what we came up with based on Gallup's research that 30% of your team are A players. They're in the green, they're in front, they're rowing, they're aligned, positive attitude, low maintenance. You'd love as many as you can get. 50% of the team are in the middle of the boat, and they look equally happy because they're along for the ride. What they require is for someone to tell them what to do, troubleshoot, and follow up and make sure they do it. We call these the managed. This is the primary drain that leaders and managers face in being able to free up time and shift it towards more strategic and developmental efforts. And then it gets even better. There's two at the back of the boat drilling a hole. We call those the toxic twins, or an acronym, cave dweller, consistently against virtually everything. Now, since the pandemic, it's gotten even worse, and I won't go down that road. The reason I'm sharing this image is that it's become the most asked for tool in our arsenal to help create greater accountability and engagement in the people that you manage. Now, the process is very simple, but I'm going to share an even more simplified version so that you understand the basic idea. There are three elements to making this work. First, identifying front of the boat behaviors, middle of the boat behaviors, and back of the boat behaviors. We have a simple exercise. You don't need me to help you with this. I can walk you through it. And once you have those identified, then the second key piece is the language. We use it in my organization. In fact, I used it this morning, and I will ask members on my team, was this a middle of the boat action or a front of the boat action? Now, because we've identified specifically what goes in the front of the boat and what's in the middle of the boat, it's very easy for them to reflect and identify which part of the boat they were in and how to make that correction. Now, this accomplishes several things. One, we have a common language. Two, we have a consistent way of talking about the kind of behavior that's front of the boat behavior, middle of the boat, and back of the boat. I also use this in project teams and leadership teams, and oftentimes they do have people in the back of the boat. And I have a very simple process of looking at the organization as a whole and identifying front of the boat, middle of the boat, and back of the boat. Now, the second element are the strengths. And if you've worked with us, you understand the genius process of creating a paragraph of what you look like at your best, and then the kryptonite, how your strengths get in the way. In addition to having someone identify where they were in the boat, I also ask what part of their genius traits helped them in this situation, or which part of their kryptonite got in their way. And you'll be very impressed with how quickly this becomes an automatic reflex within your team of self-evaluating, owning, understanding where they were or where a colleague is in the boat, having this common language. And very quickly, as a leader or a manager, you're moving people from the middle of the boat to the front of the boat, exposing the back of the boat. And now the people in the back of the boat have two choices. They can move forward and move forward quickly with help, or you can move them out of the boat. Now, this should help you gain back valuable time, move more leadership down into your boat, and before you know it, this will become a cultural image, a cultural language, and a company that owns its performance and owns its own behavior. There are several ways I can help you with this. It's in two of the books. It's in the Healthy Workplace Nudge, and it's in Change Your Space, Change Your Culture. I have workshops on it, and of course, we take teams through the process, and I coach leaders and managers so that they can take it through their team and take it through their organization.